Have you ever really stopped to think about what's in your cup? I mean, really thought about it? Because the way a country drinks its tea, whether it's whisked in a quiet ceremony or boiled with a bunch of spices on a busy street, well, that tells a really unique, fascinating story about its culture, its history, and its people. So let's start with a simple but pretty powerful fact. After water, tea is the most popular drink on the entire planet, the second. That incredible global reach means that just about every culture has put its own spin on it. And that, right there, is where our story really begins. So yeah, what can just one drink really tell us about the world? That's the big question we're diving into today. We're going to go on a little journey to see how a single plant has been adopted and totally transformed across the globe, and in the process reveal a lot about how different societies work, connect, and even thrive. Okay, so first things first, we need to get one crucial point down. Despite the thousands of different teas you see on the shelf, they all share a common ancestor. That's right. Every single real tea, from those grassy green teas from Japan to the strong black teas of India, they all come from this one amazing plant, Camellia sinensis. So if the leaf is the same, what on earth makes them all so different? Well, it all comes down to a really simple chemical process. The secret ingredient here is oxidation. Just think about what happens when you slice an apple and leave it on the counter. It turns brown, right? Tea makers are doing that exact same thing, but on purpose. The more air the leaves get, the darker and more complex their flavor becomes. The real art is knowing the exact moment to apply heat and stop the whole process. And this one process creates a whole world of flavor. With just a tiny bit of oxidation, you get that light, grassy character of green tea. Let it go all the way, and boom, you've got the strong, dark notes of a black tea. If you stop it somewhere in the middle, that's where you find the wonderfully complex, almost floral flavors of oolong. And then you've got pu'er, which is a whole other level. It's actually fermented and aged, kind of like a fine wine, giving it this deep, earthy flavor that's all its own. So now let's see how this all plays out in East Asia. Because over there, tea is so much more than a drink. It's a form of mindfulness, a tool for staying focused, and really a cornerstone of ancient rituals. Take matcha, for example. Its story really starts with Japanese Zen Buddhist monks. I mean, these guys needed something to keep them alert and centered during super long hours of meditation, and the slow-release caffeine in matcha was the absolute perfect tool for the job. But it's not all about serious ceremonies. In Japan, there's basically a tea for every moment. You've got matcha for those special intentional times. Then there's sencha, that's the daily go-to, the tea you'll find in pretty much every home. And bansha is a more humble, everyday brew from a later harvest. See? Each one has its own special place in the rhythm of daily life. All right, let's do complete 180. We're shifting from the quiet calm of the monastery to the engine rooms of empires. In this world, tea becomes this powerful force for industry, for expansion, and for some incredible cultural fusion. This quote really says it all. Strong, caffeinated black tea, usually with milk and sugar for a quick energy boost, literally powered the workers of the Industrial Revolution and the soldiers of the British Empire. It was cheap, it was easy to make, and it kept the whole machine running. But here is where the story gets so cool. The British were pushing tea cultivation like crazy in India. But the Indian people took that basic black tea and just completely reinvented it. They added their own local spices, we're talking ginger, cardamom, cinnamon, and boiled it all up with milk and sugar. And just like that, the iconic masala chai was born. It's the perfect story of taking something and making it your own. So, with these huge empires and massive populations, who do you think drinks the most tea per person? The answer is probably going to surprise you. It's not China or India. When you look at individual consumption, the world champions are Turkey, Ireland, and the United Kingdom. And that brings us to another huge role that tea plays. It's the absolute lifeblood of hospitality. In so many parts of the world, offering someone a cup of tea is the foundation of every social interaction. And listen, that is not an exaggeration. In a lot of the Middle East and North Africa, refusing an offer of tea is seen as a major sign of disrespect. It's way more than a drink. It's a gesture of welcome, of peace, and of friendship. And the rituals themselves are just incredible. In Turkey, they'll serve you strong black tea, and you actually dilute it with hot water from a second pot to get it just how you like it. Then in Morocco, they pour sweet green tea with fresh mint from way up high to create this nice foam on top. Both are all about hospitality, just expressed in these beautifully different ways. Now let's head south for a drink that acts just like tea, even though it's technically from a different plant. This is mate. It was originally used by the indigenous Guarani people, and it's all about community. It's traditionally passed around and shared from a single gourd with a metal straw. And get ready for a wild fact. The #1 importer of mate in the entire world isn't Argentina or Uruguay. It's Syria. Why? Well, it's because of migration back in the 19th and 20th centuries. Syrians who had moved to Argentina fell in love with the drink and brought the whole tradition back home with them. How amazing is that story of cultural exchange? So, after this whole trip across continents and through cultures, what does this all mean for you and for the cup you might be holding right now? When it comes down to it, the story comes full circle. It all starts from that one single plant. But then that one leaf is picked, processed, and prepared to fit the unique needs of countless different cultures. It's just an incredible testament to human creativity. Every single cup of tea is part of this huge global story. So the next time you brew a cup, just take a second to think about it. Is it giving you a moment of calm? Is it fueling your workday? Or is it connecting you with a friend? Because that simple act connects you to a story that spans the entire world.